Pilots, welcome back to RC Air Training Command. It's your test pilot Ryan. We're out here, me and Mike, out at the airfield. Just it's crazy. It's like almost the middle of December, and it's like I'm not wearing like galoshes and a hat and gloves. It's nuts.
And we don't have to speak Inuit either.
Right, or Japanese. So check it out. This P-47's been around for a while. I've got 160 flights on this airframe. This particular wing only has a few flights on it. You can see some of the airplane magnets around in our videos. This one went down one day.
Let's show them all of our magnets here. This is what we're flying in. We got the big lights here. Check that out.
That's where I hit one of those lights.
Right there, that first light right there is where he hit.
Well, the problem was I had been shooting touch and goes the whole time, and then I decided I didn't want to crank and bank, and I wanted more of a scale climb out. So I wasn't high enough when I was making my turn out of the pattern, and I hit one of those lights. Anyway, so all that happened really was the rudder got broke off. I fixed it, and I got this furnace tape, and I kind of did some rivets and stuff like that. And the only thing that really broke on that crash, as far as the fuse goes, was the rudder. And so I mean, it isn't pretty, but it's that Gorilla Glue kind of formed up with hinge tape. But the real cool thing is I've got these compression struts from Hobby King that come in sets of 3. Not absolutely necessary, but pretty cool. And I did this when I was flying off well, I still do fly this off grass fields when it's nice enough to. Anyway, we're gonna get this thing up. We know it's been around for a while, but it's a great flyer, and you know, it isn't a bad first full house 6-channel warbird experience.
And not to mention, we always got new people coming into the RC world. We always are capturing some of the older models that have come out because they're still great and they're still flying.
And you know what? This Thunderbolt from Horizon, you know, Parkzone Thunderbolt here, it's a great plane that you'll always be able to get parts for. And it flies really nice, and on the ground it behaves really nice. I mean, look how wide the footprint is.
Is it a carbon footprint?
Look how wide those gears sit. I mean, that's pretty cool. Well, we're up and away, guys. Not quite the scale climb out I like or perform on my grass fields, but you know what? Look at all this stuff around here.
Wow, under the line. You are
stud.
Yes.
Plane,
Top Gun.
Airplane limbo. Shouldn't be flying around these kind of obstacles. But we're nuts. So I'm gonna give you some slow passes, just kind of check her out. She's a real pretty one. And you know what, in certain weather, like overcast gray skies, if it wasn't for the black on this plane, you wouldn't see her at all. A lot of guys put invasion stripes on theirs, and that's a real good idea. Visibility is one of those things that if you don't have feel and you're flying certain aircraft on certain days, you're really gonna lose it. You know, there is a little bit of striping there on the very bottom. And she is one of my favorite flyers. She really is. Nice big loops. Look at that. Love it. And then set up and do a nice little 4-pointer. And let's do the old standby Cuban 8. Pour the throttle back on, the bottom half of the other side. Cut the throttle, just gently turn out of it. I don't think I never set the timer. I always do that. Yeah, you know, you guys who are moving up, I like to discuss the field that's appropriate for the plane too. I love this plane so much, but on my grass field, there are only certain times of the year that I'll fly it there when the grass is really sparse, you know, the dead heat, dryness of summer, or you know, just when the grass isn't very lush. Although you can take off and land this plane in the grass fields, it isn't as much fun as having a nice smooth surface. It's just not quite as, even the bigger planes have a hard time in grass. I mean, if you think about how it scales to a real aircraft, it's like trying to land a plane in a wheat field all the time. It's just you wouldn't do that on purpose. So I usually fly 2650 milliamp hour 3-cell lipos in this plane. It's all stock. As I mentioned, it's got 160 flights on it. That means batteries. Who knows how many landings? A lot more than that, you know. So this plane flies really nice with the stock 2200 in it. As I mentioned, I do fly 2650s. Today I am flying the nice and light 2200 as I forgot to charge the 2650s. And I had no idea we're going to have a day like this. So now let's do a slow roll and then we'll set up for an approach. This is a great, very well behaved airplane, and on landing it doesn't really have any bad habits. It settles in very nicely. Oh, that was not my favorite. I'm gonna do it again. Settles in really nicely. You know, like most warbirds, you just need to keep a little bit of throttle on and maintain that slow descent rate, as we say over and over again. And it is true. Nice big barrel roll coming out of the sun to get you, Jerry. So, of course, nice landings start with nice approaches. Got my gear down. I'm gonna set my half flap, not my full flap. And it actually gave me some lift there, which indicates to me I still got a lot of speed up. So I'm going to go for a half flap landing. Lucky enough to be coming right into the wind. I got a little less than quarter throttle, not holding much up elevator at all. Decrease the throttle. And I like that one. You could tell I was a little too slow there at the end, and if you could hear the throttle input, I gave it a little bit. That was to keep from stalling her in. Nobody wants to see that.
That plane over there in the background, it flies like a dog. Oh, wait a minute, it is a dog. Never mind.
So now I'm going to give you a full flaps approach. And with full flaps, it's a lot more drag, so I actually can handle an approach that starts up high like that. You know, I like them shallower when I have half flaps, and I can handle a little steeper approach
without picking up your speed.
And that plane, I mean, I really learned a lot with this plane. You know, if you're one of those guys who loves warbirds like we do, but let's say you don't have a whole lot of experience with them yet, I would highly recommend a plane with a wide footprint like this, and just this has the perfect shape. And you set it up like they say in the manual. Go for low rates, and you'll be happy. You know, a lot of guys love a Spitfire, but they may not be ready for the narrow track and the elliptical wing. This plane is just a beauty on the ground and in the air, and it can teach you. It'll make you feel like an ace. And it's surprising that you really will hone those skills. And you know what? Like we usually do a debriefing, but we're not going to this time. I've told you everything. I fixed it. I put the struts on it. The stock pre-bent landing gear are great with the 10 to 15 size retracts. Once again, I got 162 batteries now through it, and at least 300 landings on the original E-Flight 10 to 15 size retracts. Awesome plane. Thanks for watching as always. Stay tuned to RC Air Training Command, as we've always got projects in the queue. Thanks a lot.